Day. Welcome to the Pantry
Morning.
class. Now, children, in today's class, we are going to, since the copies are submitted, you will not be able to do the written work. Okay? So, I'll be sending you the question answers. Do not worry. Once you get the copies back, you can do the work. Okay? Do not worry for that. The copies will be checked and then returned. They will be returned. Now, today we are going to start with the next lesson, that is lesson number 9, soil. As we people are well aware that soil is something that makes the base for our living. Without soil, we cannot even imagine our life. Why? Because everywhere, maybe today's world we see very beautifully, like it is covered with concrete, with tiles, a lot of buildings. But what is below that? That is the soil. So it provides a base for our living. Without soil, and that is for living purpose. Now next if we talk about the food that comes directly or indirectly, all the living organisms, we are dependent on the plants. And where the plants grow, they will be only able to grow when the soil is present. So that is why soil is an important natural resource. Now coming to the biological language, soil is an important natural resource which covers or which forms the upper layer of the earth in which the plants grow. So you need not learn it now. Just understand that it is the upper layer of the earth in which the plants grow and it is a natural resource. So that is how the definition of the soil is clear, that it is a natural resource that makes up the upper layer of the earth, and in this only the plants grow. Fine? So I hope the definition is clear to everyone. Yes. Now let's proceed. Now children, when we talk about the soil, it is a home to so many insects, so many animals you see. They live in the soil. So with that purpose also it is important. So next is, we are going to, like we have done the definition that you have understood. Now we will be talking about the functions of the soil. What is the importance of soil? Of how soil is useful to us, in what purpose it is useful. So in point wise we will be discussing. The first point is, it provides a medium for the growth of plants. As I just told you, that because all the roots of the plant, you just imagine all the plants, the roots, they are fixed with the soil. You can say the roots can only anchor the plant to a base when the soil is present. Else, what happens? No soil, no binding up. And when no binding up, of course, there will be no growth of the plant seen, because all the water, minerals, they all are absorbed through the root which is present in the soil. Without the soil, plants will not be able to stand upright, and of course they will not be able to grow. So the first thing is, the first importance or the first function of the soil is, it helps the plant to stand straight, or it helps the plant for the growth. Then it supplies nutrients, as I just said, that there are various minerals that are very important. They play a vital role in the growth of the plant. Like I told you previously also, NPK. Yes, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, they are very important. They all are absorbed in soluble form from the soil. Other than this are the minerals, and the most importantly, water. It is also provided. I told you in the previous classes, I told you that if you are going to water the plant, हम लोग ऐसे पानी डालते हैं पेड़ों में, लीफ नहीं लेती है पानी. It will go down to the pot, the soil that is present in the pot, or if it is in a field, it will go down to the soil, and from the soil later the roots can absorb the water. So it moves up and it is provided to all the plant parts. Next, it supplies water, as I just discussed. It provides a habitat to the microbes and worms. So it is a home, basically you can say, like earthworms, grasshoppers, then termites, many other insects we see that they are present in the soil. They live in the soil. Now right now you can see there are so many ants. They come out. Why is it so? Because they make the hole in the ground, in the soil. And when it rains, their homes, they get filled up with the water. So ultimately they have to come out, and that is why we see a variety of the insects these days when it rains a lot. That is the reason, because their homes get filled up with water, so they have to come out. Fine. So they also, soil also serves as a home for the various microorganisms which we cannot see. Insects we can see, but what about the microorganisms? All the fungus, bacteria, they all live in the soil. Fine. Next, it provides oxygen to the growing roots. Now, also very important. Just think, if you take the soil, like if you are trying to plant a seedling. Now, what you do is you take the soil and you just pat it. You do not leave any space, and you pat it with a lot of pressure. You will see that the plant will not be able to grow. Why? Because in the pot where you have placed the seedling, what you have done? Let's talk about the soil only. You have just filled it up with pressure, with a lot of pressure, such that everywhere soil is there and there is no gap in between. No gap in between, that means no air spaces. No air spaces mean the root of the plant that go inside, they will not be able to breathe. They also need to breathe, so they will not be able to breathe. That is why they provide, soil provides the air to the, in other words, which is also called aeration. That means providing air to the soil. So air is soil. And what is the correct procedure? When you put the soil, what you do is do not tap it. Just leave it like that. Leave it a little loose so that the gaps are there in between, and these gaps are filled with the air, and this air is utilized by the plant to breathe. I hope this much is clear, the importance. Okay, fine. Next we talk about the next 7, that is the composition. Composition means where the heading composition is written, just take a pencil and write down what soil is made up of. Or what it consists of. That is what composition means. What all is present in the soil. So you can see a pie chart that is given on page number 95. Just see there. You see 45%, if we talk about in percentage, 45% soil is made up, of course, of the soil particle. There are different types of soil. So whatever soil we are talking about, that is made up of that particular particle. Sand soil, sand particle, clay soil, clay particles. That's all. So the soil part. 45% of it is made of the soil particles. Then 25% of water is there. This all will see, whatever we are doing, we will also be relating it with the help of the experiments which are going to prove that yes, it is actually like that. So 25% of it is water. That means moisture is present in the soil. If you pick it up, the upper layer you see because of the sunlight, because of the sunshine, the heat, it is dry. But later, if you just keep digging, you will see the soil is little moisture. Why? Because of the moisture content, that is 25%. Then next is 25% of the air is present. As I just told you, 25% of air is present. And the last is the 5% of the organic matter. But this 5% is something which is very, very important. Organic matter. Organic matter, children, you will see this, you are aware of these terms, soil particles, water and air. But organic matter, this is a new term for you, which you need to understand. The dead and decaying parts of the animals, the falling parts of the plant, like branches, they fall off, the leaves, they dry up and they fall off. Now when these get, and the dead bodies of the animals, of course, they get mixed up, and the dead bodies of human beings also, in the case where they are buried in the ground. Now what happens, children, that these get mixed up with the soil. Yes, and they enrich the soil. They make the soil good in quality. How good in quality? That now if the plants are going to be grown on such soil, where it is mixed with the organic matter. That means the remains of the dead and decaying matter which gets mixed up with the soil. Such a soil will be better for the growth of the plant in comparison to the normal soil. And that is why this is the reason in the forest. Why forest is a forest? Because there बहुत सारी पत्तियां गिरती हैं, बहुत सारे प्लांट्स के पार्ट गिरते हैं, बहुत सारे एनिमल्स की डेथ होती है जो कि वहीं पर मिक्स हो जाते हैं सॉइल से. So it provides a better platform for the growth of new plants, and that is why you see variety of plants in the forest area. Okay, so what I need to basically say is organic matter is the remains of the living matter, that is human being, plant and animals. I hope this much is clear. Please give your reaction so that I proceed.
Yes, ma'am, it is clear.
Okay, fine. Now beta, before I proceed, just do one thing. Take a pencil in your hand and just below the topic where you can see the components, okay, or the composition, just after that you see a paragraph beginning with soil formation. I don't know why they have not given the heading. This is something very important. Please write the heading in capital so that you do not miss it out. Anshananda, please put your camera off. Yes, just write the heading in capitals, soil formation. This is a very important topic, but it is not mentioned. The paragraph is given, but the topic is not mentioned. So just mention it, soil formation. Soil formation. And write in capitals so that you are able to remark. Soil formation. Now, as the term itself says, soil formation means how the soil is formed. Yes, so we are going to learn about it, that where and how it gets formed. Now children, first thing that you need to know is, generally we know that the things are made in laboratory. All the things, they are prepared in the laboratory. But soil, since it is a natural resource, it cannot be formed in the laboratory. First and foremost thing, इसको हम बना नहीं सकते. It is formed by a natural process, and not in one day, not in 2 days, not in 1 month, 2 years, 5 years. No, it takes a long time, around 500 years, for the formation of the soil. So we can say it is a gradual process, it is a slow process which takes so many years, and then the soil is formed. So this is about the time. Now, what is the process name? The name of the process is weathering. Remember all of you? This can be asked in the form of objective questions as well as in 1 mark answer question. Weathering is the name of the process that is involved in the formation of the soil. Now, how it is getting formed? What is the process that refers to weathering? All of you just try to understand it very carefully. See, a simple process takes place, that is the breaking up of the very big rocks. Yes, like you can see. Just try to understand it this way, it will be easy for you. Imagine like this is a big rock. Okay? Now, because of the breaking of this into small particle, into small pieces you can say, or you can say into small rock, again it gets broken down into simpler ones, then again to the smaller ones, again to the smaller one. This process takes a lot of time, and as a result, very small particles of the soil are formed. Why it is happening? Now this was kept, this rock was kept. What happened to this rock that it starts changing into the soil? So there are several factors that are playing role in the formation of the soil. What happens? There are different roles, there are different factors like temperature. What happens? All of a sudden, just see, घर में चाय पीते हैं, a cup is there, it is hot, and it is empty, like you finish off, and all of a sudden if you pour cool water in that, पानी डाल देंगे ठंडा, So what will happen? You will see the inner side of the cup, the cracks develop. Yes, this is a cup. The inner side I'm talking about, cracks are seen. इससे चाय गिरेगी नहीं, but there is a small gap which is formed. Why it is formed? Because of the sudden change in the temperature. आपने चाय पिया गरम और उसके बाद ठंडा पानी अचानक से उसमें डाल दिया. So cracking process happens. The same thing happens to these rocks also. Sometimes there is a sudden change in the temperature, not everywhere, but in some parts of the world. All of a sudden it is very hot and then suddenly it starts raining, or it suddenly, if the temperature goes down, there is a cracking that occurs, and this, what happens is, now just see, जो अभी मैंने जो cup बताया, now this cup will not be as strong as the other cups that are there, जिसमें cracking हो गई है. Now this will be easier to break. छोटा सा भी हल्का सा भी झटका लगेगा वो टूट जाएगा. The same way, the rock which has undergone such temperature change, all of a sudden temperature change, that is एकदम से ठंडा एकदम से गर्म, what will happen? The crevices, these are called crevices, small spaces, small cracking occurs in such rocks, and this, who is changing these modes? किसके पास इतना समय है कि पढ़ाई छोड़ के ये मोड चेंज कर रहे हैं भाई? Do not touch the screen now. You are not supposed to do anything related to the touching of the screen. Just listen to what is being told. That is your part. Rest, leave it like that. Yes. So these crevices, now what they make it a little weaker. And again, because of the action of wind. As I told you about the temperature, same way, wind. Wind creates a lot of pressure. Yes. Now supposing two rock pieces are there, they strike each other because of the action of the wind. And again, when this piece strikes with this, it is going to get broken up, and you will see that it gets broken into, supposing let's say 3, 4 pieces. Bada tha, chota ho. Yes. Is this clear? Now, at some of the places where the freezing temperature is there, children, when it rains, what happens? These crevices, they get filled up with water. पानी से भर जाते हैं. Again, when the temperature goes down, freezing temperature is there, they get freezed. This water, it gets freeze. Again, when it change and when it's free, when it is going to get freeze. आपने bottle देखा है? कभी bottle का freezer में रख दीजिए. These ones, the Bisleri ones. And like if you forget, what will happen? Because of the pressure, it is going to break. Yes. If you are not going to remove it for a longer time. So the same thing happens here. This ice, the formation of the ice, it creates pressure, because of which again the breaking takes place. So again we see small pieces of rocks. Fine. Then the other factor, movement of heavy vehicles, big animals. This also causes the shaking. Yes, and because of this also the breaking into smaller pieces happens. So wind, we can say, temperature, then the movement, of course, the motion of the big object like trains, etc., heavy vehicles. This also, they all lead into the breaking up of the rock. So this is how we see that, because, and there is one more factor, children, lichen. Since you are not aware of it, I am explaining it to you. Or the lichen, these all factors together, what they do, they create a pressure, because of which the rocks, the big pieces of the big rock, they get broken down into smaller ones. Okay. So this is how it results into the formation of the soil. We'll be talking more about it in detail in the next class. Take care, children. Bye-bye.